Author note, chapter polishing. The boy had been dumbstruck. He covered his head to catch his breath. Izuku couldn't believe it in front of him as no other than Haruto Yanagi. The son of Hitachi Yanagi from back at the island. His chest tightened and he was sweating. Disgrace emerged inside of him. Ochako observed this and held his face. Deku, I need you to listen to me, okay? We have to go back to the beach. Get back, we don't want any trouble. Haruto chuckled with a gloomed face. Maybe you don't, but I sure do. Look at him, he can't even protect you. What a moron. I want to finish off what I started. If you get in my way, well, you'd be a bonus. It had come to the point where his face aimed directly toward the girl. Ochako glared her eyes in disgust. He tried to touch her face and she slapped him. There is more where that came from. So don't even try me, you don't want to go there. She positioned her fingers ready to fight. Deku gripped her shoulders. Ochako, don't. This is my fight. Go back to the others where you are safe. I promise I'll be there. First I heave some unfinished business. Memories from current events raced throughout the girl's head. In those situations Deku was willing to give up everything for her. For all of them, she knew he'd do it again in a heartbeat. Which is why she couldn't be mad either. But what about Deku? She had to do something to help him out. Ochako had to make a stand. She couldn't bear to lose him. Not again. Therefore, even if she had no idea. What will come in the next couple of minutes? She'd stay with him through everything. Deku, I'm not going to let them win. By taking you from me again. I don't want to just stand here and watch you risk yourself. This fight involves me too. So, I'm staying. Ochako stayed where she is unmoved. In a confident standing posture. This gave Izuku the motivation he needed. Like always, she's once again his light of hope. He gave her a smile. Ochako, thank you. Let's do this. Smash. Izuku fired up OFA at 20%. Greenish lightning flowed through its user's body. His fist met Haruto in the face, knocking him to the ground. Blood dripped from his nose. Take this. Floating mediator storm. With the touch of her hands Ochako positioned. Her hands together created her special move. Only instead of rocks she improvised shells. For a starter attack that left the man on the ground passed out. Before either of the two could think what to do next, their bodies couldn't move. Even if they did, it pained them to even try. Haruto's quirk was at work. The double on the ground disappeared. The real Haruto appeared behind them, pinning Izuku to the ground, squeezing the upper part of the boy's neck. Always underestimating me, unlike my father and my uncle. I'm not that gullible. You can try and hurt me all you want. I'll send it back 10 times worse. Story continues below. I'd like to see you try. I don't care how tough you are. I've fought against stronger, faster villains. I refuse lose to you. Izuku struggled, taking in the little air he had. The criminal rolled his eyes, dropping the hero to the sand. Seriously, how dumb are you? I think we both know who has the upper hand. Ignorance won't get you anywhere. He pulled on his hair. The boy took deeper breaths. Get away from him. Ochako catched up to the back of Haruto, fighting the pain that thieved throughout her body. Able to find an opening on his shoulder, she grasped them, activating her quirk. Floa. She didn't even get a chance to finish before she landed on the ground, coughing up blood. Ochako. And no, you're going to regret that. Giving everything he had, the green forced his weight on the enemy onto the sand. His arm had locked, strangling him. The man chuckled and spat out blood. Why you just and never give up, so you. I hate that the most about you. All you heroes are so pathetic. He died down the impact of his quirk. Deku loosened the grip on his neck. That still held Haruto down. You don't have to do this, Haruto. Your family made their choice. They gave up hope on Hero Society. You have a choice to do what is right. Haruto shoved the boy off him, scruffed and screamed, wiping the blood dripping down his nose. It's easy for you say. You heroes were born with a natural power that society accepted. All of you get the fame and glory. When us in the shadows were just cut off. Wanna be heroes like you. Don't understand what's it like to be rejected. Called worthless and have people mock you like my father. I didn't want to be this person, they made me into this. There is no going back for me, Midoriya. I don't need your pity. He weakly confessed, trying to get a hold of his quirk. His eye winced up, reddening. Izuku glanced down. Izuku understood Haruto's pain. If things didn't happen the way they did, maybe Izuku could have been like Haruto. The only difference was no matter what, Izuku never gave in. He knew how flawed the Hero Society is, and it pained him to fight these villains, who were just misunderstood people, who just happened to take the wrong path. Still, he had to do this, because it's his job to keep people safe. Deku approached Haruto. Fists out, OFA flowing graciously in him. Story continues below. I'm not pitying you, Haruto. You're right, I have been blessed. I never gave up on my dream. You did, and that's why you're a failure. If you wanted to be a hero, maybe you could have, but you didn't. Instead, you followed the darkness of your father. Your family has destroyed the lives of many. It's my duty to bring them justice. Because that's what a hero is. Delaware smash. Reflecting the movement from their first fight, Deku lifted his foot on the man's head. Only this time it was missed by a split second. Haruto grabbed the boy's legs and blasted it with his blue laser. He groaned in landing on the sand. Shut up. How dare you say shit like that? When you don't even know a damn thing. You know nothing. Unlike you, I'm not the same like last time. This time I am not playing around. The next thing happened in an instant. This is it. I'm the end line, Haruto. Midoriya struggled to gain balance of himself. Haruto didn't hesitate to send another force field back. Izuku waited for the attack to hit him, but it never did. In front of him was Ochako, who used the last ounce of her strength to float rocks on top of Haruto's head. She then felt her weakness kick in, swallowing her mouth. Before almost hitting the ground, he ran to her, holding her in his arms. Ochako, are you okay? I'm sorry. I failed again. I wasn't able to protect you. She smiled, creasing his face. I'll be fine, Deku. Don't worry about me, I can take care of myself. Now go. Just come back to me. Always. I love you so much. He kissed the top of her head, laying her on the sand, tightening the grip on his fists. Izuku put a smile on his face. All right, let's do this, Haruto. Go beyond your limits. Isn't that right, All Might? The blood dripped down his face, making his way to Haruto. The pain flowed in his body. OFA glowed even brighter, being the source of strength for Deku to count on. What? How is it you're getting stronger? Haruto mocked. Deku's vision got blurry. He could feel his body already giving in. He wasn't done yet. He had to save everyone no matter what the cost. I have to use it, all of it, OFA 100%. Full cowling. OFA started glowing graciously from its user. Blue fire rised in his fists, a victory look in his eyes. True heroes will never give up, I'll never give up. Go beyond plus ultra. One for all, 100%. Story continues below. Surpassing limits, the hero landed his aim, until his arm became a dark purple. Haruto's head began to bleed. Before the man could fall to the sand, Izuku caught him tying a rope that was on the ground. At the back of a pole, he heavily sighed. I still don't understand how you got so lucky. With the number one hero at your corner. Everything was handed to you on a silver plate. When all he told me was that I could never be a hero with my quirk. Cough cough, that's why I resorted to this and got manipulated in my father's shadow. A naive boy like you wouldn't understand shit. He threw, breathing the little air he had. Izuku's mind flashed back to his first encounter with All Might. That day on the roof when he asked him if he could be a hero without a quirk. All Might's advice to him was a straight-up answer. He knew deep down, yet he still asked anyway. The reality of that truth is painful. There was nothing he could say to make Haruto feel better. The hero looked down. I understand more than you think. Izuku lifted his face up as his glowing green eyes found Haruto's dark blue ones. Haruto understood the boy's intentions in the end. I had that glowing spurt once. You're something else, Izuku Midoriya, a tough kid with a big heart. I accept that I have been defeated. Here's where the Unagis draw the line. Those were his last words. The man faded out. Izuku made his way to Ochako. He clenched her in his arms. Her eyes widened at his injuries. You won. Like I knew you would. Deku, your injuries, oh my god. She coughed out weak. Ochako losing her consciousness. He lifted her body up by her waist. Shish, I'm fine. Save your strength. We're going to get you help, okay? Just hang in there. The brunette nodded, resting her head against his chest. Midoriya, there you are. We were worried about you guys. Iida shouted from behind. A calming expression left his face. His friends found them. We were getting worried. Oh my gosh, what happened? Momo exaggerated, her hand over her mouth, noticing how beaten up both of them were. As shocked as everyone else. I had a fight with one of the Unagis again. But Ochako, she sacrificed herself for me. I didn't even see it coming. I'm so stupid. Deku yelled out. The tears streamed down his face. Villains are everywhere. Please don't blame yourself. I think I know why she did it, because she knew you'd do the same for her. Froppy assured him, a hand on his shoulder. He sniffled. Of course I would. I love her. Damn it, Deku again. What did I tell you last time? Bakugo retaliated. His facial expression said otherwise. He was concerned like everyone else. Tone it down a bit. I know you're worried, but it's all. Kirishima started but is cut off. I'm not worried, you idiot. He turns his back away from the scene. We need to get you guys to a hospital. Todoroki explained, taking out his phone and pictures of the scene. The scene. So much for an average beach day. And, hey guys, sorry it's been forever, I know. I just really want you guys to enjoy my story. Telling it is cleanly and descriptive, as it's coming to an end soon. Loudly crying, thank you all for your love and continued support. You all mean so much to me. More updates on the way, promise.